So the opinions and views expressed in this podcast are that of our own and the Future Bachelor podcast only, and not affiliated with any outside party or entity or anything like that. This fun podcast, though, may include some adult language.
Future Bachelor Podcast. What's up, guys?
Wow.
Welcome to Future Bachelor. My name is Cy.
I'm Veronica.
And this is officially episode 1980! Or just known as the 80s. Welcome, guys. We just came from the 70s, now into 80s. We're dressed appropriately today. I don't even know. I feel like I came from the past. So I need to go back to the future. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Dressed up like this, I feel a certain way right now.
Yeah, you.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's a sunglasses.
Okay, so Cy is. So for those of us who are not watching on YouTube and don't see Cy, but like you should watch this on YouTube and see Cy. Cy is like fully living his like 80s douchebag fantasy right now with the glasses on. Like he's gonna go to sleep with these fucking glasses.
No, I actually can't see with these now. I'm taking them off, but I got my flipped up brim, that fly kid 80s gear.
Yeah, he's got his jacket on.
Jean jacket, flipped up collar. You know what you got over there?
I'm rocking more of a like. I'm going to my aerobics class.
Yeah.
I've got some like little biker shorts, cropped, off the shoulder tee.
Okay.
All very bright colors. I've got a windbreaker around my waist just in case because it's a little chilly.
Yeah, I just wanted to like bring it back to the 80s. 80s is one of the like probably the worst times in America, to be honest.
Besides now.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, wow. That was deep. I told you not to try to get deep on me at the beginning, but no, I honestly think like the colors and the movies. It's like one of those things
so
where like
aggressive and obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It brought us into the 90s, and like that's
and
what retro is. I don't think we talked about this before, right? There's no more retro. Like after the 90s, it's like how do you even call like the 2000s?
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say that's retro. I guess like that's still like throwback, but
throwback for sure. But like
once
when you think retro, you think
once
like,
we're like in 2020, we'll be able to say like early 2000s are like retro.
Yeah, but you don't even. It doesn't even have like a decade like name to it. At least
we've got the aughts. The early aughts are like that before the 2010s.
You know what's funny is that like I never thought about it like when you're a kid, but we're gonna be able to say like we lived in the 20s. Yo. Ew. That's crazy, right? Yo, I'm from the 20s, dude.
I hope like will the 20s be like the 20s back in the day? Like, are we all gonna start like having speakeasies
like
and like
depression
right before the Great Depression?
Yeah, and everyone has to go to war. No, I don't think it's going to be like that. We're just going to be dead in 15 years, according to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Cool.
But today we hit episode 80 and we're celebrating. So
forget your problems.
Yeah. Just think about a simpler time. I was actually not going to even wear clothes. You know why? I was just going to wear shirtless because, first of all, we're just pissed off V. I don't know why, but I said my
because this bitch made me come over here in like 80s stuff. So like I'd be pissed if he just pulled the whole like, well, I was born in the 80s. It's my birthday suit.
It's my birthday.
This is 80s clothes.
Anyways, how are you, V? How was your girls' weekend with the fam?
It was good. It was nice to be able to connect with my aunt, my grandma, my cousin that I don't see a lot, and my mom. I mean, I don't see my mom all the time. And it was nice. I got a massage. I feel my back doesn't feel like it's gonna seize at any moment. I just feel like a better person.
Mm-hmm.
My massage therapist was asking as she was digging out the knots in my shoulders. As I winced in pain but cried tears of joy at the same time. She said, well, you must be a hairdresser. Only like hairdressers and stuff have this much tension and stress in their upper back. I'm like, nope, I'm just that stressed out.
Yeah, no, I have my own stresses and the stress of a hairdresser. Wow, thanks for pointing it out. Keep it going back there. What else did you guys do?
We just like, we were in Lake Geneva. I kind of lied last week. I thought we would go into Milwaukee, but we didn't. We just stayed in the Lake Geneva, Wisconsin area. So we just like went to like cute little restaurants that like were on the water of the lake. And my mom is working like, you know, has like a side hustle with this brand called Mascara, and they like, you can be like an ambassador to like sell their makeup and whatever, and she really likes it. And so she brought a bunch of products knowing that my aunt would be a sucker and buy shit.
Yeah.
Especially like for my cousin Bianca. She'd be like, oh, Bianca, let me get you some eyeshadows and whatever. But like we did that. So like we like kind of went through everything, like kind of did little makeovers with each other, which is fun.
That's what's up.
I feel like I don't like, it's nice. Like my cousin Bianca is like my pseudo younger sister. All of her siblings are all boys and they're same ages as my brothers.
Oh, wow.
And like, so, and she's the youngest. So like our families are kind of like mirror images of each other.
That's
it's
cool.
kind of weird. So it's always cool to like kind of be able to hang out with her. But
that's dope.
that was the gist.
You guys are gonna get closer and closer as she gets old. How old is she?
She is 17.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's her senior year of high
she's
school.
She's a cutie for sure.
Yeah, okay, let's calm down.
I'm just saying. I just saw like someone comedy of somebody being like, you can't even call like any kids cute anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I'm just saying, she's cutie.
Okay, yeah, but this is, as we said last year about like, you know, this time a little bit earlier because it was July that they came in town last year. You were all like sliding into my DMs being like, oh, Bianca's a little hottie. And at that time, she was only 16.
Well, I didn't know how old she was. And
Actually, she was only 15 at that time. She hadn't even turned 16
yet. Those are vaulted episodes. Oh, no.
No, they weren't.
You can't. I forgot what we were talking about. It's like Instagram should have ages on their IG stories and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll let it pass.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. So
what did you do, dude?
I started partying on Thursday.
Yeah, you're like V's out of town.
Yeah, I need to come up with. She's gonna be with her family. I might need to come up with the content for this weekend.
Like the mice will play when the cat's away.
Yeah, that's for sure. I played a lot, and it was a fun weekend. I hung out with my boys. Kind of recovered. We had a fellowship on Friday. That's what we've been calling it.
I know.
Fellowship.
I know.
Where the boys get together and have boys'
I hate how much
night.
I like it.
Why?
Because it's like corny, but it's also very clever.
Dude, I came up with the name.
I know.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, we had fellowship, and we got a bunch of pizza. We tried the new Cheez-It pizza.
Oh, wait, you gotta tell me.
Jeez.
Fatality.
Oh my god.
How was it?
It was amazing. Oh my god.
Okay,
no,
was
it
it
wasn't amazing. It
no.
tasted like a Cheez-It, but it was like
a giant cheese?
Yeah, big Cheez-It, but like
filled
I don't
with
think
more
a giant,
cheese.
Like, you know, it's weird.
It's
weird.
soft.
No, it's soft. You dip it like I don't know. It just the dipping part
How
makes
big was it?
It was probably the size of like half a Pop-Tart. So like two of
So
them
it wasn't
made like
that
a full
big?
Pop-Tart.
So that's kind
Well,
of
maybe a little bigger than a Pop-Tart. Like squares though. Like if you were to extend a Pop-Tart a little longer and make them into like actual squares.
Like so this big?
Yeah, about. And you know, I don't know. Sometimes things might just taste good at the size they're at. You know, I sometimes like things you might think it. You know what? Was there like a sexual innuendo in there or something?
Anything can be.
Anyways,
I think it's funny because like I love mini things.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We're done. I like small foods.
Have a good
They're
old
like I
time
got
today.
like a mini ice cream from like Publix the other day, and I was like cooing over it because it was so cute.
Yeah, but no, those ones you always want like another one.
I was okay with my little one.
Your
It was
little
so
one.
cute.
Well, anyway.
But like, so I feel like something that's giant. Like I don't know if I'd be like, whoa.
No, I just feel like
but
all
it's
these
like a baby. It's
all these
like a little
fast
baby.
food places are just doing things to be gimmicky.
I mean, like the Popeye sandwiches are supposly back in select stores, so I guess
really?
I got maybe
you
I
gotta go
should.
traveling for them.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Jeez.
I'll have to check.
Well, yeah. So that was fun, and then Saturday we did a whole. We started mimosas. Shout out to my girl Liz. She brought over like a bunch of champagne and orange juice to
Nice.
Chef Jean Marc's. We started early, and then we went to this party. That ironically, I'll shout out later and stuff, but it was really dope. It was a really fun weekend, and now I'm just
kind of like go with the flow kind of weekend, it sounds like.
Yeah, it was. I ended up turning it into that, but we can talk about that off the show. But anywho, yeah. But some things are offline. But I forgot to tell you before the show. Usually I'd get all that.
Well,
out,
I felt like you. That's why I'm like, what did I not hear already?
Nothing. Anywho, well, I guess now that we're just trying to change subject. Quick hits.
So I wanted to celebrate us because it was International Podcast Day. The beginning of this week. So,
okay.
So the Monday of this week.
Shout out to us.
So shout out to us. Okay, well, we've been
really hyped about
and it's our 80th episode. I just felt like it just felt even better because it's like this is kind of a milestone episode. It's a milestone week for being a podcast. Got to shout out the people who started it up back in like 2004.
Yeah, we got a late start today setting up and stuff, and as I sit here and complain about how much there is to set up, it's kind of cool that we have all this stuff to set up.
And it's just kind of cool because I even listen to some podcasts that are done by people who've been podcasting for a long time or whatever, and it's just I'm like, damn, our podcast sounds better. That's crazy,
right?
I'm like, damn, I'm always like, this is some good shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like it's felt professional, for me, from day one, even just from when we first started.
I mean, the setup hasn't changed much since the beginning. We got maybe better mics and stuff, but but
I feel like we got the better mics very quickly in. I feel like any episode that people listen to had better.
Well,
mics.
yeah, along the way, things went wrong. Saying this thing didn't record that thing, but then it was
That's
just
why we have 50 backups.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. That's why there's so much to set up now because we know we have to have backups for backups,
shit happens.
Yeah, and it is kind of cool to see, and now it's just interesting that I'll listen back to us, and it literally, it's crazy that we just keep talking. Why do we talk so much? You know what I'm saying? There's over 80 hours of us talking just right here.
I'm pretty good at it. I don't know.
I am too, but it is. I guess a lot of people are because there's a billion podcasts.
That doesn't mean that they're good at it, though.
That's true. But it is kind of interesting. I feel like we just keep
conversations
going. We have a good thing going here. We can switch and stuff. So
it actually did hurt.
Yeah, you did a hard ass pat on the back.
Jeez.
It was almost like a sound effect. But anyways, what do we got for some quick hits? And stop patting ourselves in the back.
Ouch, yeah. So Diplo.
Fatality.
Yeah.
Diplo took over, did a takeover on the Jonas Brothers Instagram account. And it seemed, and he was posting pictures of him shirtless with his Grammys, being photo shoot with me, Nick, Kevin, and Joe, and other random dubbed videos where it had their him and the Jonas Brothers faces on it, and it was all these weird things. He was just posting crazy shit, being follow at Diplo, and then posting stupid stuff to the stories, and then he would repost stuff when Nick or Joe were commenting stuff on these, being hey man, this is funny for a bit, but we have a show tonight, we gotta get back. We got because he's I changed the password, and he showed a screenshot of him and Joe's text conversation. He's hey man, why aren't you answering my calls? We need the account back. But it was all ruse to promote their new song called Lonely, which it's a pretty good song.
It's a pretty good song. Didn't make Slapper of the Week this week, but was very close.
Was very close.
Yeah.
Close, if you will.
Yeah, I would say it came in third. But
okay.
Yeah. Anywho, well, it's good. There's 3 of them, so they came in third. They can each have a place. Well, I think it's funny, but we talked about this last week. Honestly, we knew that this was some type of promotion for something, right?
It seemed like there is.
Plus, they've been friends for a while. They were the wedding,
and so people. It first seems like he was getting back at them for blaming him for ruining their Joe and Sophie's secret wedding.
Yeah.
And so that's why people are is he did he take over the account and not give the password back to get back at you know Joe for saying that about him and blah blah blah. But it's just interesting that everything people do crazy stuff on Instagram, especially they'll clear out their feeds or black them out or start posting random shit or whatever to promote promote their stuff.
Well,
but like we all take notice. Like I was taking notice.
Well, yeah, it was pretty fun. Like it's a fun promotion. Like it seems like they put a little of their personality into it, so you get to see that at least. Well, Kanye's kind of had like another weird week, and I'm a huge fan of Kanye. You know that.
We all know that.
Yeah, but
if you're a new listener, now you know.
Yeah, man, Yeezy, and he was supposed to drop an album on Friday.
And he didn't.
And then it was like he was showing people the albums and stuff.
And we're like, hey, knock, knock.
Then he said it was going to be Sunday.
Where is it?
Yeah. And
knock,
it never
buddy.
came. No, well, he's just become this person that just like says things and actually doesn't do
yeah.
it. And I don't like that in anybody. Like, dude, I don't care. Like, if
Flaky.
you like, he just keeps making music and like he'll listen to it and be like wants to change it. Like, dude, get over yourself.
Never good enough. And then he's like saying shit how he's only gonna produce rap, like gospel music now, or like whatever.
You know that's a lie.
I mean, like it has to be like produce some music. But so Yandhi was like the big album that
was the last one that he
just
gave us
trashed.
blue balls on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kanye is just out here giving us all music, blue balls.
Music, blue balls.
But so as we were all waiting for his new album to drop, people saw that snippets, so like several songs from Yandhi can be found on iTunes as ringtones.
Hold on, so you can hear the actual song? Like, who gets ringtones anymore, though?
Nobody. It's like they're $1.29.
If you have a ringtone, I'd want to know. Like, how'd you figure all that out?
Like my ringtone used to be when I was one of my ringtones in high school or junior high was "Hold On" by the Jonas Brothers because I thought it was funny because I'd be like, "Hold on," like I'm coming to the phone.
No.
I had a couple of them.
Dude, they made out some. Ringtones I feel like made millions of dollars. Like they really capitalized on that ringtone thing.
And then now my text tone is the Kim Possible communicator sound.
Wow, yeah, that's a fun one.
Boop, 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 which I got from somebody, and people are always like, "How did you get that?" And I thought I could share with them.
The fun one is also the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, that's like a similar.
Yeah, Kim Possible stole that.
Okay, well.
So, well, yeah. So, Kanye is just like, I don't know, man. Like, just say what you're gonna do. Do what you're gonna say. Don't be faking people out.
Yeah, man.
It's whack. Whack City.
Whack City.
Speaking of more music, what do we got with Gucci Mane?
Gucci, he is finally doing a collab with his namesake.
Are you talking about Gucci?
Gucci clothes.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to be their Gucci Cruise 2020 collection campaign.
It's crazy how it's already taken this much time, but I mean, obviously he's been in jail and, they don't want to affiliate him. Yeah.
Now he looks like real good and like whatever, but he
There's a debate going on at my office right now that there's people that think that Gucci Mane's abs are like fake.
I don't.
If you guys are on Instagram or you get to Instagram.
Why are you calling him Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane, whatever.
Mane.
Whatever. Gucci Mane. I don't know.
Mane.
Because I just hate saying the word Mane. I don't know. I just don't feel
but like manes are things that lions have.
Well, whatever. Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane.
I don't think he really even. I don't know. I don't think they're fake.
Why are you calling him man? I don't know because he is one.
Ooh, damn! His teeth look really white in this pic.
Yeah, the dude's so fake now. Like, tell me if those are fake abs. Like, who gets those?
I don't know if they don't look fake abs.
Really? Jesus Christ.
They look like they're oiled up in this, but like everybody.
They just look like they're implants or something.
No. Then his pecs would have to be implants.
I don't know if I trust your
too.
implant radar. So
well, if they do a good job, then maybe it is fake. But I feel like most.
Anywho, he's gonna be rocking some Gucci. That's what's up.
Well, yeah, because he like helped design the shoes for the campaign.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's cool. This one right here, Beyonce and Adele on the same song.
Yeah. So like there's if we remember back to the Grammys where Adele won and for.
Oh, I gotta bring us back.
Yeah, for what was it like album?
Mm-hmm.
And Lemonade was also up.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what the fuck? But she like was like, Beyonce is like my idol. And like, it was kind of like a Mean Girls, like if she could snap off the like the tiara and toss it her way, she probably would have to Beyonce. But like, so it's like, people try to put them against each other, but like they're not rivals, I wouldn't say. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're gonna be on.
But there can only be one queen. That's the thing. I mean, it's Game of Thrones, baby.
I mean, but I don't consider Adele the queen.
Well, if she won that award, then she won.
Yeah, but she's not the queen.
Well, the queen gets the gold. I'm just saying. That's why Beyonce might be hating a little bit.
I mean, she didn't hate on Adele.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to start no woman-on-woman fight here, but the reason why we're talking about it is the fact that they're going to both be featured on this song with One Republic.
One Republic.
So is that like a confirmed thing?
I don't really know.
I know I threw this on the outline, so I should have read about it.
I'm reading on it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really know if it's like it's gonna be
It's a rumor,
big.
right?
It's a rumor. And like Ryan Tedder's helped with a bunch of their songs. Like, so he has writing credits on Beyonce's I Am Sasha Fierce.
Actually, he's the one that wrote the first Adele single.
Yeah, he Turning Tables.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Ooh. Dude, those are her biggest songs, and Ryan Tedder wrote that. And he's the lead singer of One Republic.
He's a great songwriter.
He's also the one that wrote Sucker for the Jonas
I'm
Brothers.
a sucker for you.
Yeah. He had a bunch of songs that, like, I think he wrote the Charlotte Lawrence one that we just played for a slapper. So, with Charlie Puth. And so
Ryan Tedder revealed it in an interview, so it has to be a thing. It's for sure.
He has a song with them. That's huge. Adele owes him one. Do you know what songs he wrote for Beyonce?
Halo and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, this is epic. That song's got to be perfect. And I really like their last song they just dropped called Wanted.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's really good.
They've been putting out good stuff. I feel like, I always knew like some of the older One Republic songs. Then I'm like, every once in a while, like there'll be a song that I'm like, oh, I love this song. I'm like, oh, it's One Republic.
It's weird. Like, I don't really like people until I find out the songs that they wrote. And I'm like, oh my God, you wrote that for who? And I'm like, I got to like your band now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like One Republic, there you go. But this was pretty, because like last year when we were talking about, it might have even been this year, but when we were talking about Netflix and Stranger Things, we thought it was going to end with season 3, right?
Yeah, we did.
But we
they all said no.
Right.
It's not over yet.
Well, yeah. They put the finger up in my face and shook it and said, no, it's not over yet. They're coming back with it season 4, but the tagline for it is like they're not in Hawkins anymore. So
boop boop boop. So where are they gonna go?
Well,
the Upside Down?
Well,
somewhere else?
Where are they gonna go? I don't know, but maybe I think it's gonna be like Russia. You know?
Oh well, duh, because we see at the end of but yeah.
Spoiler.
Whatever.
Post-credit scene. You have to see it by now.
Yeah.
There's somehow
Well, you would
Demogorgons
even
or something
know,
over
like
in,
from the beginning episodes, that there's like some sort of Russian interference.
So without spoiling the show too much, they're not gonna be. I mean, they spoiled it. They're not in Hawkins anymore.
Yeah,
right?
fuck it.
Yeah. I think they did like their whole like keynote speech or something like that. Like they bring out new iPhone 11s. They're like they got a new deal, multi-year deal with the Duffer Brothers. So that means that. I mean, dude, you pay somebody enough money, they're going to keep writing this shit. Like, especially if it's like bringing in. Think about it. Stranger Things, like, I binge watched it on 4th of July weekend while partying. I watched the whole season. Like, it's crazy. And then now they're not going to have, like, Netflix is taking away the bingeable watch. So now you're going to watch Stranger Things weekly.
Really? They're taking away the bingeable watch?
I'm pretty sure they're doing that because it's not a smart like business model because
then people
don't return.
Yeah, they run through shit.
They run through shit and they don't return. And
well,
also,
and
I
they
think
can't keep paying so many people to keep it's hard to keep creating more and more content.
Right. I mean, it's just like you put all this work, like a year and a half, 2 years into making this show, and like these motherfuckers just like in one like Saturday like knock it out, and they're like, and then also the fact that like the kid, like it's just like it brings them back each week. Like Hulu never had like the bingeable thing and stuff. So like, and I think it creates this like fatigue too when you binge watch things that like even if you don't remember, people don't go back and watch things too much these days.
It kind of depends. I feel like I like unpopular opinion. I think it's stupid to just like rewatch like Friends and like The Office a bajillion times over.
Yeah, I feel like you've said this before.
Yeah, I have. Like I just feel like that those are dumb like things that people re-binge.
Yeah, I won't sit down and watch Friends, but if I'm like if I'm working from home and stuff,
you
it's
just
in the
need
background.
something.
Yeah, it's in the background just to kind of like laugh at once in a while and distract you. Like that's what it's meant for. But like if you watch Stranger Things and next year like you start watching the next season and you don't remember like what happened last season, you're not gonna go back and watch that again. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's just too many good things, so many shows being produced right now that like it's just like it's dumb to go backwards. That's why kids don't watch like old movies anymore. It's like, why would they don't get any references like all this shit that we're wearing right now. This is just stuff that they wear to like EDC. Like, this is not like this is they're gonna look back in 40 years and be like, the 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, the 20s is like they're gonna be dressed like us saying the 20s. I don't know. I got real deep there.
Yeah, you just like, I saw it in your eyes, like you kind of went back, and I was like, whoa.
Back to the future.
Oh.
Back to Future Bachelor. Yeah, no. Anywho, what else we got? sorry about my Netflix future rant.
Anywho, so Ansel Elgort, who has been a slapper singer, and he's also better known for being the baby driver.
Oh my God, I had headphones on. He was going through traffic.
All through Atlanta too.
Atlanta, represent.
Around where one of our company's main office is.
Dude, that song is so good too. That slapper we had by him.
So good. Supernova. I listened to it today.
Supernova.
On the Future Bachelor podcast playlist. But anywho, nice. So he's been dating his girlfriend Violetta since he was a freshman at, I think he went to the school that's in the show Fame. Okay. He went to like that performing arts school. Okay. And she's a dancer. Like, she's a ballerina. Juilliard? It's something like that. I don't know. It's like whatever that performing arts high school is. I totally forget its name. Juilliard's a college. Okay. But anywho, he's been dating her since they were freshmen, and he's like probably like 26. So like they've been dating for like a decade or more. But he brought up the idea of like how he's like looking for an open relationship, in the sense that he wants to be able to explore love with other people, with other women. I think he's really only into women like that way. He's like, I can have love for my friends, and that's not sexual, but I want to be able to have love like that for maybe other women. But he said that he kind of wants to close off sex to being just with his longtime girlfriend.
Okay, I liked up until this shit. Yeah. Like, this is dumb. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So
what the hell?
Everyone's like, oh, you want to know? Because like I feel like
that doesn't make sense.
Everyone views
just have friends.
Yeah, like open relationships as like being a little bit more sexual. But like, I feel like it's interesting that he used like the friends thing as like being like, well, if I can love all the guys in my life as friends, then I want to be able to like love women, blah blah blah. But I'm like, okay, well, that's not then. You can love them as friends. So I don't really understand. Like, I think, if he is, I don't know what he's really looking for. Him and his girlfriend had like a 5-month breakup at like one point, but then they got back together. And so like they love each other. Like, that's a thing.
I mean, the part that doesn't make sense to me is like, why would he only have sex with his longtime girlfriend? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I guess
like, I could understand the opposite way. Like, his longtime girlfriend is gonna let him have sex with other girls. That makes sense to me. Yeah. Like, they're just still gonna be in a relationship, but like not have sex. Yeah,
I guess like for him, it's like his needs sexually are fulfilled with her, and he doesn't really need to fulfill those other ways. But
oh my God, that's like sick. What, is he just gonna get all hyped up on a date with his other girlfriend and then be like, I gotta go home, and then like take it out on the other one? That's like, weird.
I'd also like to find a lot more love. It doesn't need to be sexual. I could be done sexually with my girlfriend. I think we've been pretty clear that I want to feel free to fall in love with people, and that option should be open, but sexuality could be closed off. That's what he said.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's a little confusing to me. And then, and then he said, I'm in love with a bunch of my male friends, but I'm not interested in having sex with them. So why can't I put the desire to have sex with women aside and let myself have love with women?
What are you saying, dude? Like, I don't
see, like, I love Shailene Woodley, and we never had anything sexual, and that was great. So like, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes on, he's like, you just have to be disciplined. And
what does he want to do to show them that he loves them? Why can't he just love them?
I mean, I guess you could. Love comes in a lot of different forms. Like, it doesn't have to be.
Well, that's what I'm asking. What is he trying to show? What is he? Why can't he just love people? Like, what? Take them out on dates? You can do that with anybody. You can take your friends out. Love them.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you saying, buddy?
It is like kind of an interesting, like, I feel like it's interesting how he's framing it. Like, I feel like, it's like, okay, it almost just sounds like you just want to like explore.
Sounds like he had a bad day with his girlfriend. And
I don't know.
He's all like, or no, like he sounds like he's covering his ass. That's what it sounds like.
Potentially.
It sounds like, that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like he's covering his ass. He's going to get caught. He's been like seeing some girl.
Maybe he thinks he has a hall pass, so maybe he really doesn't.
That guy.
Interessante.
Well, what made you go yikes this week, V? What was like the thing that was like, yikes? How'd you know I was gonna say it again?
Because I always know. So Lizzo tweeted saying, y'all, if we keep this up for 2 more weeks, Truth Hurts could be the longest female rap #1 of all time. Of all time.
Which I believe it's going to.
Right? Yeah, I believe it's been riding high. Right now it's Fancy. Can we do it? And then she went, did a reply tweet to that being all like, Fancy is a bop. My girl Charlie XCX is genius on it. Stream her album because she just has this new album out and Lizzo's on it, and they're friends, whatever. And Iggy Azalea replied being
Hold on a second. She didn't mention Iggy Azalea on her own song. Dude, Lizzo is what the heck? What am I taking crazy pills, or everybody on our quick hits list right now is like crazy?
So she didn't. Okay, Iggy Azalea Iggy Azalea isn't super great for like the black community, so I can understand like Lizzo being a hater.
Okay.
Like she's like not really like she's like hard-art it plenty of times and thought it was fine. So like,
So is Justin Bieber.
Yeah, that's not okay.
That's not okay. I'm just saying, like, no one kills him for it. He gets to live his life.
Oh yeah, it's a little harder being a woman, I guess. But
yeah, but no, what? So Iggy Azalea is a white rapper from Australia, and she can't help it. She got a big booty, and black guys like her, and it's very
just
easy
like
to
other
make it.
Shit that's like she said and done. It's like other stuff, But anyways, so Iggy tweeted being like, I love Fancy. It's a great song. Mm-hmm. I will be honest. I like some of Iggy Azalea's music and their bops. Not like,
I've interviewed Iggy Azalea.
Oh.
Yeah. it was it was actually my first opportunity to interview like a famous person or whatever.
Wow,
when
that's
I was working
wild.
at a radio station. Yeah.
That was like when she was probably first like.
This was right before she dropped, this is like right when she dropped Fancy. So the whole thing was like, it was kind of crazy, for me. So I got to.
I'm so fancy.
It was like my first time to prove that I was able to talk to an artist and also ask them questions, because my knowledge of pop culture, our knowledge of pop culture, it kind of supersedes some other people that think that they know pop culture. We're
better than them.
No, we live this. We live this. I wake up.
Read between the lines.
I wake up the first time I get on a computer, I'm looking up pop culture. It's like what I'm interested in. People are looking it up because they have to talk about it. I'm looking this up daily.
It just comes to me.
Right.
It just feeds to me.
So the questions I would ask her, the question that I was asking her were just questions because I'm a fan of her, so they were just not when's her next album coming out? Oh my god, so what does this single mean? Whatever the hell these other people do, I'm going in there doing it from a different angle and stuff. So that was kind
good
of
interviewing skills.
That was my first opportunity of kind of doing that type of stuff. So Iggy Azalea has a special place in my heart.
Milestone. Yeah. But anyway, so she tweeted saying,
I got a picture on my Instagram if you guys want to check that out. Sorry. Just go throw it a like.
You keep interrupting me.
Sorry, what?
Oh my god. So she tweeted
Yikes.
saying that she's like, oh weird, I thought I was one rapping on that song. And then she you got more petty and noticed that Senorita was the second, the number 2 song, changed her profile picture to be the Shawn Mendes, Camila.
Who did this?
Cabello. Iggy Azalea on Twitter changed it to that, changed her name to Iggy Azalea Stream Senorita, did a couple other things. She deleted a bunch of that stuff, but she was being petty, and so
dude, that's petty war right there.
It is petty war
because that's some other way of thinking too. It's all right, well now I'm gonna bump up the second most.
Oh, that's that's sort of what happened. We talked about this before with the Ariana Grande stuff, how her fans more by herself, by themselves, but they did tweet campaigns to get people to stream her different songs so she could have those 3 in the top 10.
Yeah, just for the record.
Yeah.
Well, I think Iggy Azalea made a mistake because right now Lizzo has got an army. You can't really.
Yeah.
You can't, she can barely do any wrong at the moment, and Iggy Azalea people are just looking for reasons to hate on her. You know what I'm saying? So at
least she deleted most of it, but yeah.
What was the backlash?
And the people were kind of coming at her being all you're like, cause you're calling Lizzo a troll when you're out here trolling, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, I'm joking, like, blah, 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 like having fun. This is like I wasn't trying to be mean or anything like that. But like, she did like delete a lot of like the petty stuff. But.
Well, it also sounds like that Lizzo started with the petty.
I mean, yeah. That was like, she was some subtle petty, like she didn't include Iggy, but also like I feel like maybe she was just being more self-serving by being like Charlie XCX is on, like she wanted to be like, oh, like I don't hate Fancy, Charlie XCX is on it, listen to Charlie XCX's new album that I'm on, kind of deal. So like definitely could be like selfish in different ways, but
sorry for cutting you off earlier.
That's okay.
But I just gotta keep going.
What the fuck?
Anywho, we got a main topic this week is what are we going with?
Let's do cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
We brought up cuffing season last year, but this year, it's the beginning of fall. Fall it's spoopy season. It's October. People are forcing boots and sweaters on when it's not really time, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
And you know what they're also forcing? Cutesy fall dates.
Yeah. It's cuffing season's a real thing.
Cuffing season is a real thing. Like I especially feel like everyone's obsession with fall and like the cutesy fall things kind of really like hypes up this idea of cuffing season, because like everybody wants like a special somebody to go to the pumpkin patch with and like take an Instagram photo and be like, I picked me a good one, wink. Like, come on. Or like the like apple orchards. I heard that awful very Chicago right there.
Jeez.
And I just like went rewind.
The apple orchards, the pumpkin picking, the hay rides.
The hay rides, just wearing flannels.
Dude, I swear, like it's a sick world out there. I swear, these people are sick.
I feel like those kinds of dates are like, people are really want to get come and sing with someone and like want to be holding hands as they go crunching through the leaves, and like they want that kind of stuff. So I feel like that really even hypes up the idea, like, because people are like, I want to do these fall things but not alone. It hypes up the idea that it's like, all right, it's cuffing season, I need to get with somebody, it's October, I'm gonna be going back to my family potentially not December in November for Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, Veronica, do you think these things?
What? I mean,
did you think these things?
I mean,
it's a simple question. Stop it. I don't think I've ever directly try to force. That's the thing I was about to bring up, though. Like you made my point. As far as cuffing season's not actually like a thing. Like I'm going to cuff. It just is happening.
I feel like it's sometimes. I feel like more for me subconsciously. Like if I'm like in a beginning stages of dating somebody or something, and like I'm thinking about like, oh, wouldn't it be cute if we did this, or like, oh, like what it will be like when they meet my family for this holiday. Like I feel like it's that. Like I feel like I've been that kind of mindset before, being like, oh, like and like so daydreaming about it, but I don't know if that's like super me right now.
I feel like cuffing season just gives an opportunity for someone to get the rug pulled out from and look stupid come the new year.
I've had plenty of guys do that to me. Like
really?
I've had, oh yeah, like
what?
As recent as last year, where there was where there was just guys who would like definitely all of a sudden start like, this is like the season of like,
usually the guys will break up before Christmas so they don't have to get you a present.
That's shit. Or like this is like after like this summer, after everyone's had their fun doing whatever, this is the season where like the people come out of the woodwork being all like, oh, like miss you, like what are you up to, like those kinds of texts. I'm like, whatever. And so it's like there's guys who come out of the woodwork now, like guys or girls come out of woodwork now and then like start hitting you up more, start asking you to meet up with them, start like inviting you to like maybe like group hangs to go out, and then whatever, and then comes maybe this kind of like more casual shit is happening for a couple of months, and then but it's like during like the beginning of cuffing season, so like maybe you think it means more, and then because like you're just in that feeling, you're just like what, and then like they'll be like, I don't know, I guess I just really, I've had guys actively admit like, I don't know, I just feel lonely, I mean I just like want someone to be with me right now, but I don't know for later. And I'm like, oh
man, I don't know what to say, because like, I guess, all right, so let's discuss cuffing season from both sides. what you just talked about, like what the girls looking to get out of cuffing season, the pictures, the family.
Well, they want
all
like
that.
I mean like girls. I feel like in general like they're looking at cuffing season to potentially be like a kickstart to something serious. Like, you know, if you can't like, because it leads up into like cuffing season leads up like the Super Bowl of cuffing season is is Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So like you want to see if like you can get someone to last like
The Super Bowl of cuffing season is Valentine's Day. Oh my God, that's sick.
It is though. Like
if you can make it through the winter, through New Year's, all the way to Valentine's Day, you got yourself one.
Yeah, and then there's like shitty people who break up like right after. There's like I feel like there's guys and girls who like last through that because they want that good feeling and they don't want like the blood on their hands of breaking up with someone before Valentine's Day. They wait until like a week after Valentine's Day, so it's like, you know, whatever. But it's still shitty. But I feel like, and then it's like if you last past Valentine's Day, then you could be like a real thing.
Yeah, and then you make it through the summer.
Yeah, the summer is always.
You gotta make it back to cuffing season. That's the whole marathon. Actually.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
If you can make it back to cuffing season,
sprint.
you got yourself a real one.
Yeah, that's why like I always like say like it's always awful if you like are heading into a summer like if you had just started like a newer relationship and like you're heading into the summer, you're like maybe a month or two into the relationship and you're going into the summer. I feel like everyone, you know, like summer's hoeing season. It's like when you're kind of like in that new stage with a relationship, you're like, well, you like see all your friends hoeing around and you're like,
I feel like there's 2 seasons for hoeing around though. Then it must be like right when cuffing season starts.
Right
it's
when
not a
so
time
like it's
to...
like kind of like the dog days of summer almost, you know, like like it's like so like one of my other podcasts that I listened to was calling it like Fucktember for September because it's like everybody's like coming off of like the summer and like stuff like people are starting to get more into
killing me right now, man.
more into like routine, but like they're kind of like looking for like someone to be a part of that routine.
Oh my God. You're really on fire today. I'm sorry I'm cutting you off. I don't even know. Gotta let you keep going. For me, I feel like, you know, the guy's perspective of it is it feels good too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, I don't want to like say that, like, I don't even know. Like, I feel like I'm in the middle of like my own life right now. And it's very,
and dealing with like how you want to approach cuffing season.
Well, the thing is that like, it's very possible that cuffing season has nothing to do with it. I'm just like trying to figure out things,
like potential new situations, whilst the pressure of cuffing season is
back to your original point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you have to do all those things. There's too many things to do. The festivals, the pumpkin spice, the cider. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all over the place.
Like cuddling under a
the scary
with a blanket.
movies.
Yeah, the scary movies.
Oh my gosh.
The haunted house.
The fireplace.
Like the bonfires.
The candles. You know what I'm saying? The pumpkin spice candles.
Yes.
We're suckers for it too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we're just trying to figure it
I
out.
had
We can't let all that
cold brew this morning.
We can't let that distract us from us trying to figure out our own lives.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like it can't be the fuel to like an actual relationship.
Right. Let's bring it back to reality here because like I know it's all jokes with cuffing season. We say it's a real thing, but like relationships are a real thing. That's like every day. Like, you know, just because you make it a year back to a cuffing season doesn't mean you guys are going to be perfect forever. Yeah. So, you know, I think what we're trying to get to here is like, you know, don't allow this seasonal stuff to really get to you. I feel like the Hallmark like thing is growing even more and more and led into all these other seasons and holidays and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like it's interesting because like I've seen so many like different memes and stuff about cuffing season, and like there's some that like break it down into like what the full year entails. So it's like scouting or like whatever is like the summer, and then it's like I think it's like scrimmage or like practices or whatever is like kind of like the September-ish, October-ish, and then it's like cuffing season is kind of like November-y, December is, and it's like, you know, finals or like they made it like very sports related, so that's why I was like I saw the Super Bowl because it was like then it's like, you know, like finals or like whatever, or like like January, New Year's time, then like, Super Bowl.
I still like Fucktember. That's
Fucktember.
so funny.
It's kind of, but like, don't you feel like it's kind of a thing? Like everyone's coming off this summer.
No, it is a thing. I felt it in the air this weekend.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it was in the air.
No, it's such a thing because like
everyone was out. Everyone was.
But it's like a different than like after like the summer, like everyone's been bouncing around. Maybe you had a summer fling, maybe you had whatever. But like then when like, things like, the summer's over, everybody's like coming back from like, they're different, like
back to reality,
back to the reality where they're kind of like settling
inside,
back into
you have to be
their
inside
routines.
Your place with somebody else. Like that's
and
not
so,
outside.
Like, yeah. So you're like kind of, but like you're like still horned up from the summer. So you kind of like, you're like getting back into your routines, but like you kind of need a little bit of something.
It's a real thing.
It's like a month of like booty calls, but like maybe we could talk later too.
It's just like weekends, like just like just let's.
Well, because like people live for the weekends more. I feel like during like once it becomes like more fall, because you're losing like potential like summer Fridays. People take vacations in the summer, stuff like that. So I feel like everyone like kind of like bottles shit in.
What do we do in the wintertime?
Cuddle.
Oh, well. Cuffing season, man. What is going on?
I mean, I love the winter. Like, I'm a winter girl. Like, I was born on the coldest day of the decade in Chicago.
Well, I'm like a type of person that doesn't like to put on the heat. So, like, the cuddling thing has gotta, like, it's really nice.
Well, you're just cheap. That's saying that you're cheap.
Yeah, I'm cheap. But, like, why do you gotta pay for heat when you got cheeks? Sorry, I was just trying to rap. Like, you're cheap. I got to turn on the heat with cheeks. I don't know. But
you were like this close.
I was this close. I'm just saying, like, that skin on skin cuddle. That's like.
I mean, yeah, I'm a hot motherfucker. So
yeah,
like,
I am. I'm a heater. Like,
it gets like, so for me, like, it's like there's only so much. Like after a while, it's like I'm like, okay, we're too warm.
Yeah. And then you just end up sleeping. I sleep on the couch right here, so. But
it's just more like I turn.
Oh, you guys all switch.
I turn and then I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay. It's over. Well, I guess we might as well, I don't know, get into our slapper of the week.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels weird. Like I'm still getting used to not talking about Bachelor stuff.
Okay, well, we could talk really quick about updates from the Demi and Mike Johnson thing.
You mean Demi Lovato?
Yeah.
Are they like a thing?
They're
still?
like a legit thing. They've been going on like multiple dates. He talked about her in an interview saying like how he really likes that she was the aggressor in the relationship, i.e. she reached out to him, was like, hey man, like we should go on a date kind of thing. And he's like, I'm really into that. Like, if you want me, come at me. If I want you, I'm going to come at you. And he's like, hey. We're both coming at each other, man.
Oh,
and I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Mike, stop rubbing this in my face, Mike.
Coming.
Ooh.
But
no, like, so he's also like, he's a cheeky guy. I feel like Mike's a cheeky guy, and he's like being all like, like she's a great kisser. Like, I'm always going to be a gentleman to her. I mean, maybe not always. I'm like, Mike, we don't need to know. Let's stop rubbing it in our faces.
Jeez.
So it's just interesting. Like, we bring this up every fucking week now, but it's just like so wild to me that Bachelor, Bachelorette stars are like on that level of celebrity. And like he even talks about, he's like, he's like, even though like I was on the show and on Bachelor in Paradise, he's like, I'm not really used to like dating in the public eye like this. He's like, I'm trying to be comfortable with it, but like it's kind of hard and it's kind of weird when you're like trying to be
real, but like if you're putting on a show.
He's like, I'm trying to like treat like Demi like she like, he's like, not that I would ever like
a normal girl,
not treat her like a normal girl, but I like need to like work like myself into like this mindset where like this isn't weird, especially when there's like potential paparazzi or like whatever following him around. So it's like so bizarre because like he went from being like no one would know who Mike Johnson was if he didn't decide to go on The Bachelor, and then because he was like,
I know he was going for Hannah Brown. Now you have like one of the biggest pop stars.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's weird.
Sorry, Hannah.
Yeah,
but like it's wild. It's just kind of bizarre.
What would you rather have, pop star, dancing with a star? I don't know.
A pop star.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, we all know I love Demi Lovato, so like I'd obviously.
But to me, that's like it shows you that, like what's going on with, like I know that well with us like too, like us starting this podcast around The Bachelor. It's like it's literally
And
like,
pop culture. We did it right, Si.
We do. You know what I'm saying?
80 and Grady,
But
bitch.
like these media companies should really learn from this stuff, especially the ones that are like, putting like Bachelor on their stuff. It's like, this is like interesting news to people, like pop culture. You have to work this into like, your world, your zeitgeist or whatever they say.
Ooh,
like,
good. Look at you trying to pull some like, he's got his little like, his little thesaurus out being like,
zeitgeist. Oh, I got to look what that's, I didn't know if I said that right or not. I said it and I almost regretted it.
Said it and
regret it. But yeah, no, I think it's really interesting, and it's to me like, people might fast forward through the Bachelor part of our show and stuff like that, but really it's just
like such a weird like human experiment. Like even like when people make fun of
when we talk about Bachelor in Paradise, we're talking about love and relationships, right?
We're talking about like what people consider like the rules and regulations to relationships and like how people like how they can progress and like what like sort of like how these shows create environments to like create certain situations or like create different feelings and like whatever. I mean, it's like so fascinating to think about like how this like this franchise has been around for so long and how they've like created such an empire, like where if you like think about a lot of premises of the show and you think about how awful the show creator Mike Fleiss is, like a lot of like what they do like it's so outdated for like the world we live in. So that's why like even like it's kind of funny like how on the finale, like when Jordan brought up, he's like, it's wild that you guys are going into this like knowing people and meeting up with people and DMing people. He's like, it shouldn't be that way, like, and which is true. Like I mean, like the show is like kind of like, it's still like, even though it's like
ruins the integrity,
it's like supposed to be more like sort of like weird blind dates, which is like a very like retro.
Well, that's
kind
what
of
Bachelor in
idea.
Paradise changed the game for the whole thing. Like it just did. Like now,
because like
it made a whole new culture.
Seasons.
But it's just a genius thing to do for a franchise. Like you see it with like the Challenge and MTV and all their shows.
And, like,
that
the Survivor is doing like Island of Icons right now. So like they brought back like alums, I guess. I don't know
it's just a smart thing. Like because people get invested in these storylines. Like you can get a fan that watched it back then, or maybe a fan that watches it now, and get those people on the same show. It's just like shared universe. Like so. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like
it may be like at its core. Like, do I think the show is?
Is it weird?
Is it enriching? Not exactly.
I was about to say the opposite. Is it weird that like I feel like I'm a better dater because of it?
I feel like it definitely gives a lot of examples of like how not to communicate and like how to potentially communicate in like very bite-sized versions. So like I definitely think like it is something that you can always learn from. Like I feel like I definitely
more learn not to do.
There's more. It's like
you might watch something on there, you're like, ooh, I might do a little bit of that,
like the don'ts.
And that doesn't look good. Yeah.
Like it's
the don'ts, the don'ts.
It definitely is the don'ts.
Yeah. We're on it today. Well, why don't we just get into our slapper of the week? This one was actually, before I heard it, was submitted by our one of our number one compadres, guest co-host, and one of my favorite people, C Money.
C Money.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
So like, if you guys, you don't have to be like a number one compadre C Money.
No.
If you ever have like, if you're like really bopping to a new song, DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, because not every week.
If you're friends with us personally, just text us.
Yeah, just tell us.
But like, let us know. Like, we want to know. Like, sometimes like we have a hard time figuring out a slapper, and like sometimes like I don't know. It's like we live in a world of like shit's hitting us from all angles. Like sometimes it's hard for us to like hear every fucking new song. That we could potentially love.
I mean, on a Friday, like it's like they drop on Friday. Like if I don't catch it like on Friday.
Yeah, if I don't catch it like when I'm working on Friday, then I probably won't catch it until like when I'm preparing for this show.
Right. All right. Let's pick a song. Yeah. But the interesting part was today, one of my favorite artists, Charlie Puth, dropped another single. Mm-hmm. I think what he was doing is like every couple of weeks he was dropping 3 songs, and whatever everyone liked the most, he was going to go as his first lead single. So obviously I mean Mother grew on me a lot. I really like Mother,
but
I feel like this one's going to grow on me a lot too, just because I really like him as an artist. It's weird, sometimes like you don't even know that you like a song until you listen to it a couple times.
Yeah.
So I used to think like I know how I like a song by the first time I hear it, but now I realize like maybe I have to give it a chance or two.
It's like just like with people. I mean, like sometimes you like people from like the jump, but like sometimes, as you always say, you feel like people need to meet you a second time to like totally like vibe you. So it's like similar
wow,
thing.
I didn't mean to get deep with that, but
We're
yeah.
getting deep left
Holy
and
shit,
right.
don't tap, yo. Shit. What was I say? No, but I think I Warned Myself is my favorite single
so
out of all
good.
that one.
It's
So
so
that'd
good.
probably be the one that it hasn't hit the radio yet, I don't think. So
I don't think so. I don't think any of these have hit the radio.
So but that's not our slapper of the week. It ended up being Flume, featuring Vera Blue, and the song is called Rushing Back, and it's just a vibe, you know. So let's just play it.
It's fun.
You
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I always let the days
Slapper of the week. This song slaps.
and it all comes rushing back.
Rushing Back, slapper of the week. That's what's up. What's up, guys? That
That's
got
so
me
fun.
hyped.
It's like you can zone out but get hype at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of. Well, I mean, like I would literally party and then be like, and then be like,
Like you'd be like
whoa,
at
and
peace,
ooh,
you know? Like, yeah.
That's like one of the ones that I would hear at a festival and just be like,
You just
running
be
around,
vibing,
like,
yeah.
like if I was in a sunflower field or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was
Strawberry
visualizing.
field forever.
Okay. Do you have any shout outs, V?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah.
Hey guys, spelling is fun.
Oh my goodness. Food Truck Diaries. All right. What's your shout outs?
I wanted to shout out our friend Katie Gallagher.
Oh, Katie! Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, it's her birthday when we're recording right now, so it'll be the day after when you. Well, actually, it'll be like 3 days after. Well, 2 days after when you hear it.
Well, I texted her today, so.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I got lunch with her. So.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool.
But and then
You
I
win.
and then I also
Okay.
I also wanted to shout out my lovely females in my fam. The Macy's gals is like that's my mom's maiden name, so
Okay.
that's them. So like my mom, my auntie Denise, who's my godmother, my grandmother, grandma, and then my younger cousin Bianca, just for an awesome weekend, and just for some nice lady bonding time.
That's really, really dope.
I know. It was awesome.
Shout out to those women.
Woo!
Well, my shout outs, I wanted to shout out, like earlier, we started this with an 80s song. It was Come On, Eileen.
The best song.
Yeah, and honestly, I met this really cool girl this week, and her name was Eileen.
And did you sing Come On Eileen to her?
Yeah, of course I did, because I'm
'Cause
an
you're-
asshole idiot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you're a
she was,
cheesy sap.
I know,
of a
I know.
motherfucker.
I was like, come on, Eileen. And she
and
was
she's
like,
the amount of times.
yeah, I know. She was like original. And I mean, honestly, I ended up going back inside and like sillily apologizing to her and stuff, being like, I'm sorry about the whole Come On Eileen thing. You know, because it was super obvious and I'm usually better than that. But
I get sung the song Veronica by Elvis Costello, but that's a very niche group.
right. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, so I just wanted to shout her out. She had a dope ass party that I randomly got to and stuff, and now she's my friend.
Choose your own adventure weekend.
Right, exactly. And my adventure got to Eileen, so shout out to you, Eileen. And then
Come on, Eileen.
Yeah, come on. Don't. Oh, fuck. We need a boo on this one, too.
Oh, no.
Boo.
Come on.
Boo. All right, so shout out to Eileen, and then last but not least, I wanted to shout out my friend Keller. He's actually shout out to you. He's one of my boxing instructors that I have at the gym I go to, and he's actually, does filmmaking. He made this cool documentary about his grandfather that had passed, and then he's also an actor. He's done some pretty incredible things. Like if you go on his Instagram, he can gain weight and lose weight for roles and stuff like that. It's
crazy.
It's insane. So I wanted to shout him out. I actually want to get him.
What's his Instagram? Looks like
Oh shoot! I wasn't prepared for that. Wow! My phone's over. Wow, this is embarrassing.
Wow.
Holy cow!
What?
But we'll get his Instagram eventually, though. I want him to come on as a guest.
Yeah, it'll be in our show notes, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll throw it in the show notes if you guys want to follow. But also I think I want to have him. I want to have him come on the podcast and talk about acting and all that stuff too. So
there you go.
Here in
That'd be
Atlanta,
cool.
yeah, I think it'd be dope. And boxing and fitness and all that stuff. So shout out to you, Keller.
Hey.
So
Are you feeling Grady? We're 80.
What is it?
I said, are you feeling Grady or 80?
Grady or 80? Okay, is this like what they said in the 80s?
I don't know.
Oh, are you feeling great or A-E? I don't know, Veronica.
So not here for it.
No, I'm not. You know, we started. I'm feeling 80s. You know, 'cause I'm feeling like a maniac. A maniac. That's what you look. You know, that's actually. Oh my God. Okay. Anywho, yeah, you look like that. So essentially, guys, thank you for rocking this very 80s themed episode with us. I hope you guys, remember to wear your 80s gear. Maybe I should have put a little disclaimer in the beginning, as far as
Put on your neon.
Yeah, put on your neon.
Put on your off-the-shoulder sweatshirts and your leg warmers.
Yeah, a couple jean jackets,
Some
whatever
jean
you got.
jackets,
some
some pop
wash
collars.
jeans,
Yeah.
But
tease that hair up.
we got a couple numbers to go until we get to 100. So we just started the 80s. It'd be interesting to actually. I don't know, have a theme for every episode and stuff of the 80s. I don't know why, but it just kind of feels like that.
All right, well, we'll think of something.
Yeah, but we'll
every
discuss
episode, maybe 85.
Well, I think we already messed it up by not starting with 19.
19.
Oh, 1985. That's going to be 85. That's definitely for it. Okay, so let's get out of here before we ruin any more future episodes. Spoiler alert for ourselves. Guys, we love you. Thank you for every week listening to us and following us, and shout out to all the new listeners and all the watchers on YouTube. I see you, because this is what we do it for. It's for you. And
This has been the episode of you just randomly getting deep.
I mean, it's podcast appreciation week or some shit, right?
It's internet. Yeah, okay.
Whatever. International Podcast Day. Whatever.
Yeah, wow. You're just in your feels about it. You wouldn't have even known.
I'm just saying. We put so much into this.
I know, man.
Yeah, it's late. Let's go to bed.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week on Future Bachelor. My name is Sai.
I'm Veronica.
And we love you. Deuces.
Bye.
Yeah.
Future Bachelor Podcast.